Hello, welcome to Melanin and Albinoid Life. Hi, I'm Lydia Bimbola. Welcome to my video blog. As you all know, I'm a strong activist against the Gangstalking program, which is a persecution program against the human race. I have been a target for 15 years. My blog is about, first of all, using my own experience as an example to explain more about this evil program. I talk about the gang stalking program. I talk about racist system and abuse of every kind. I use my life as an example and all my own personal experience with the gang stalking program, the harassment, the persecution, the theft of properties, and so on. And of course, I always try to encourage, motivate, and inspire other targeted individuals to know that life does not end just in the gang stalking programming, because they don't call the shots. They may control the outside world through their negativity, creating toxic environment for us, defamation of character, slander, maligning us, maligning our character, and all kind of blackballing from the society. But one thing, we still call the shots, and all the decisions you make and how you go about it will teach you how to navigate through this evil program. Today, I want to also talk about another experience of mine, how the military intelligence tried to set me up for robbery. Last year, 2017, I was not called by the military police. I was not called by the law enforcement agent, nothing. There was this accusation of robbery against me. I never knew anything about. I never committed any kind of offense, but it was in my record working against me, which means every control I have by the law enforcement agent, each time I go to the immigration office to renew document, to do anything, this record is being referred to without my knowledge. So there's something against me that controls my relationship with the authorities without me knowing, and it's not controlling it to my favor, it's controlling it against my favor. But anyway, you see, they that know their God will be strong and do exploit. And of course, when we are children of God, God always have mercy and favor on his own children. With this gang stalking programming, I lived in a restaurant, as most of you know that I live more in residence hotels and all these places now. And I was living in a restaurant where I live here right now, not here, but there was intrusion of the gang stalkers, and one in particular, Italian citizen from the south of Italy, was like an infiltrator. It's not as if it was like an infiltrator. It was the infiltrator. It was the armed man in the situation, the main perpetrator against me. His work was like, they put a camera in my hotel room, and this guy maligned my character with the clients in the hotel, with people around. They said I was a prostitute. They called me a criminal. They said the police is looking out for me. They said I'm very dangerous. They created toxic environment against me in this hotel. I lived in Via Roma, in the city where I live, BZ. And I had enough, really. And I know what the gang stalkers usually do. They do things to us to provoke a reaction. The reason I'm saying all those things is because enough of just talking about the gang stalking program. We need to actually show the active part of the gang stalking program, to be able to show people that this is not a joke. This is a program that actually exists. It's the same as the Holocaust period, where they target certain individual and they begin to destroy their work, they begin to destroy their habitation, their influence in the society, and finally what they did in the Holocaust, we all know the result. The gang stalking program is a modern day Holocaust. So, because when we talk about it, most of us, I understand the TI, they make it certain things they're embarrassed about. Even me, there are people like going there, why are you saying all these things on the internet? Why are you putting all these things that they throw you out of houses? Well, that is how they are persecuting me. What do you expect me to say? Do you expect me to polish the whole thing and say, oh, okay, they did something to me, I was asked out of the house, being polite about everything? No. When you say the truth, you make the thing known, because they intentionally attack you in an embarrassing situation whereby you will be ashamed to express yourself or to explain to others. And when you take shame out of the Gangstalking program as a targeted individual, you are free. I can assure you of that. Once you take shame out of it, if they humiliated you, even if you're sexually molested, come online and say, listen, I was drugged and sexually molested by a 5-year relationship I had, and that was how my Gangstalking programming, I was thrown into the program in the first, at least that was when I started noticing it. But anyway, so anyway, I went to the law enforcement agent to report this guy. And as I always say, you see, to start with, okay, my videos is not an attack against the law enforcement agent. I would continue to maintain my, my belief that not all the law enforcement agents are involved in the Gangstalking program. Some of them don't even know what it's all about. They don't even know what it's all about. But one thing you have to know is that the law enforcement agent, they have a military-like orientation, which means they are there to only obey commands. They don't challenge the command. So if they tell an officer to kill somebody, well, in that case, in some cases when they are told to kill or to do something really terrible and there's no justification, an officer can say, instead of me to do this, I renounce my office, I pull out from the force. I don't know if it's that easy to pull out of the force, but I think it is. Some said you can only pull out of the force if you have a fatal accident or things like that. I don't know. I've never been in the force before. So definitely, they can pull out of the force, but the major thing they do is to follow order. Whether they understand the order or not, they are meant to follow orders. So that's why I want to make this clear to other targeted individuals, to all the people, to all my viewers watching me, to all people that are subscribing, and I want you to know this. Not all the law enforcement agent is aware. But I know some are aware, some are active participants in it, some are infiltrators in the law enforcement agent, and that is just how it is. But they are not all guilty of wrongdoing. I want to just make that clear. So I went to the law enforcement agent, the state police. When I went to the state police, the first thing they do is, when I say somebody was gang-stalking me, the first thing they want to know my own background also, which is a normal thing. I mean, if you ask me as I'm standing out there, I will tell you I don't have any criminal record. I've never committed crime before in my life. I have never been arrested before in my life. I've never been incarcerated in my life. I've never done anything, criminal oriented. I'm not criminal oriented. So I will tell, this is what my response would be if you ask me. But we are dealing with people that they have influence with legal powers. So I'm saying this because also I want targeted individuals to know the harassment, the physical harassment is another level. The spiritual harassment is another level. Legal harassment is another level. Physical legal harassment. But there are things they do to you behind closed door that you may not know that works against you. In my own case, the law enforcement became provoked in their totality. Every law enforcement you call, when I say law enforcement, it's the complete package. You know what I'm talking about. It means you're talking about the military police, you're talking about the state police, you're talking about the traffic police, you're talking about the finance police, you're talking about all those things that group together to be one. That's why they call them law enforcement. They are grouped together. So when I say law enforcement, I'm talking about the whole group. So that's why they're provoked, because they don't know me as a person. I know me. The people that my friends know me. Lady Abimbola. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I've never. I don't think she has any legal problem, or whatever. That's what I would say if you ask me, because it is the truth. It is my truth. It is my legal truth. At least that's what I believe, and that's the way it's supposed to be. So one thing is that I will place here on my left. This is um, my legal papers to show that I have never had any kind of I've never been condemned for any kind of crime, which means nulla in Italian language means nothing. So I don't have any criminal record. This is 2 years back. This is last year, and I've made requests for this year. Okay, so that's what I do. So I'm clear that I don't have any criminal record with these two things you see here. But there's another record. It's called the police record. The police record entails when you have been controlled, if you have been booked for something, not booked for something, probably not, or I don't know, but you know, when you're being controlled, when somebody reports you, and somebody just, you know, reports and says, oh, somebody, this person did this to me or whatever, that is your police record. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, I've not had any issue that I should have any terrible police record. Okay, I have been controlled before. Like the last time I told you, I was in the station. They control, you know, and okay, fine. You know, such a thing has happened, which should not result in anything negative. But the irony of the situation of a targeted individual is that you are targeted for persecution, for harassment. And in my own case, they have threatened me. The military intelligence has assured me, because I took legal actions against them some years back. They have assured me that I will never ever have Italian nationality, and they've kept to their promise. Okay, so even with all my years here, they have denied me of that access. So what happens is that they when I went to the state police to report this stalking, I had mixed feelings, but I just want something to be documented concerning this issue of the gang stalking program. It wasn't as if I was expecting so much, because as I explained, this group of people, the law enforcement, they're obeying laws orders given to them, probably by people that are involved in the gang stalking program. Definitely, they will be calling the shot. They are well integrated in the law enforcement agent. They have a high position that they can give others. So that's why it's difficult. It's not a young officer that is there that doesn't have any influence. It's a high and mighty. It can be a general. It can be whoever, you know, that have a very high position that can intimidate and enforce some negative orders to be obeyed by the junior officers. So in this situation, when I got there, they informed me that, look, listen, what is your phone number? I gave them my phone number. He said, where were you? So I said, well, I mean, why are you asking me? I came to inform you that I'm being gang stalked. Why are you asking me where I was? So anyway, I answered their question. I said, well, listen, if you know you've not, he said, I said, I'm not going to the military police because I've had issues with them, that they've intimidated me in the past. They've done things to me, and I don't want to go there. I don't want to be with them. I don't want to have any discussion with them. If I have to have discussion with them, I want to have a testimony so they don't turn my my words that I said something I didn't say, or I did something I didn't do. So the police officer said, don't worry, the inspector said, don't worry, you can go there. They need to speak with you, and because they have an issue against you. I said, they always have an issue against me. But anyway, I went there, of course, to know what the issue is. I know I didn't do anything, so I was stressed out for this continuous situation that they put me in, situation that I don't have anything about. They put it, because that's the gang stalking program. They always want to put you in continuous stress. They accuse you falsely, they incriminate you, they do something that you go to court, they do something that you have to defend yourself. So you use energy that you're supposed to be using to be productive to do nonsense. So that's why now I've learned a lot how to navigate in this game. called Gangstalking. It's a game to them. It's not a game to us because we are the receiving end, but at least I've learned to navigate what I have to fight for and what I just, it doesn't worth my time. You know, that's how I live now. I choose what to the battle to fight. You know, I choose the battle to fight. I don't fight every battle. There's some battles I just leave them, that this is just a distraction, because they're always plotting to keep you in a restless situation. And I refuse to be controlled by delinquents. So anyway, what happened is that I went there. When I got there, I said, well, I was in the state police to make a report, and they told me, you have to see me. There's a situation. Okay, what's the situation? And they took me to an office. It's a senior officer. And the senior officer told me that, listen, you have a robbery case against you. Can I have your phone number? I gave them my phone number. Where were you so date? I told them where I was. I live in an hotel, and they can testify in the hotel. I've never slept out before, even one night. I'm always back in before 7 or 8. I'm always back in the hotel. It's not as if I have a time limit. I can go out anytime I want, but I've never slept out. I've never kept late nights. I don't, I'm just the way I am. I just went to report a stalking case. That's the people gang stalking me. I just use the word people. I mean, they know themselves, I just use the word people to be a little bit diplomatic, you understand, in the situation. I thought, well, there are people gang stalking me that has authority to influence and manipulate other people. So he said, okay, because at the military police at Bergamo is about, from here where I live, is about 200 kilometers, thereabout, 200 kilometers, which is at the province of Milan. Milan is in Lombardia. Milan is a place I used to live. That was where I studied. I lived there for so many years. I studied there, and I actually relocated from Milan because of the gang stalking program. They were harassing me. They were persecuting me. The police tried to set me up. Even the immigration office, they tried to set me up to sign some documents against myself. They tried to do so many things. The pressure was getting too much, and especially people from the south of Italy, Naples to be precise. It's not as if I have anything against the people from that side, but they kind of have a reputation, people from Naples. So they are not people to reckon with. You see, when they're involved in things, there are so many things involved. Theft is involved. They can kill, they can do terrible things to people, they can rape people, they can drug people, so many things can happen. I'm not saying they're all like that. I know people, even musicians, TV presenters, that they're from that side, they're good people, they're not bad people. But you see, as the Italians say, tutti mondo un paese, there are people that are terrible from a state, there are people that are good from a state, there are people that are terrible from a country, there are people that are good from a country. So I'm not justifying that because of that state is like that, everyone there is like that. But that is the reputation. When you call Naples here in Italy, people are terrified. They know these people, they're a bunch of, that even police don't have control over them. So I had to relocate from Milan. I distanced myself, and I took an apartment in Piomba. I made a video in Piomba. The Piomba is a state. It's behind Malpensa Airport. Malpensa Airport is in Milan. It's actually at the border of Lombardia and the border of Piemonte. Piemonte, where you have the Fiat, Piemonte and Lombardia, and the Malpensa Airport is just here. At the back of the Malpensa Airport, you have Piemonte and you have the Piomba. Because the Piomba, I can see the airport from the Piomba. Though it's far off, but I can see the airport from where I live. So, but it's under the province of Novara. But it doesn't mean I'm close to Novara. I'm like an hour away from Novara, but I'm closer to Lombardia than Piemonte, but I'm just at the border. So just for you to be clear, because people, I think the Italian people that saw my video, the one for Piomba, they begin to say other things I don't understand, because I understand my video is for every type of intelligence. You have ignorant people watching my video, they see things in their ignorant level, and there are intelligent people watching it, and even the things I'm not able to say or I didn't explain properly, they can say, okay, maybe this is what she wants to say or whatever, or she's going through a lot of stress and maybe she forgot to, they try to understand the pressure I'm going through, and what I'm trying to express. But an ignorant person will see it on their ignorant level, and they see negativity in what I'm trying to present. I'm using my own life as an example, not because I'm trying to shame myself or whatever. I'm telling the truth. I'm not cutting out what can even be seen as negative against myself, but I'm telling my truth with evidence. Okay? Because enough of the gang stalking lies. They are liars, they are manipulators, they are deceivers, they brainwash and mind control people. But with this evidence, hopefully, people can understand the program. It's a deceptive program based on lies and deception. So I got this emergency apartment, or shared apartment. I had my own room, but it's a shared apartment. If you look at the video, I will try to link it at the end of this video. You will see the link to Piomba, the gang stalking program, the robbery program in Piomba. So what they did is that they stalked me to that Piomba, and they told the woman that I was a criminal, I was this, I was that, all the normal bull crap they say to stigmatize my good name, my reputation, and my good character, and my good moral values in life, to crush my moral values in life. Well, I still stand in my integrity and in my truth till today. But the thing is that when I told the woman, most of the time I've experienced is that I have valuable assets, I have valuable properties, but physical materials, housing things, clothing, whatever I buy the best, okay, with my money, okay, I'm not under any paycheck of anybody, or with my own money. So anyway, they told this woman, and what I experienced is that the gang stalkers are very manipulative. What they do is that they play on people's mind, and that's why, as a targeted individual, I don't trust anybody. Sometimes I can pretend to trust certain people, but that doesn't mean I trust them. Okay, I give them the benefit of doubt. I watch them closely, and because one thing is that the gang stalking program, they like to get close to anybody close to you. Anybody around you, they like to get close to the person, to manipulate the person, to mind control the person, to brainwash the person. So that's why I don't trust people. Not because people are not trustworthy, just because everybody has a price. In Biology the Sopra, they gave the Nigerians I helped in renewing the document in my house. They gave them 300 or 400 euro. They gave him 300 or 400 euro to use him against me. You understand? So that is his price. He took the money, and he preferred to take 300-400 euro and allow a single woman with all those properties to lose my roof. They play game. The gang stalking program is a great game of the mind. That's why when you have people around you, you cannot afford to have ignorant people around, because ignorant people, they are easily used. Either they will win them over with money, with wealth, or they just brainwash them, or they can even drug them without knowing. Because you see, when they are ignorant, they are playing, they are playing in the mud carelessly. But as a targeted individual, I don't play carelessly around people. Even in hotel, the last time I was in Milan, they invaded my hotel. How did I know? Because I'm super active and attentive. They already placed people from the south of Italy. Everybody was there. Then later, some young people came. In fact, the whole hotel that day was filled with infiltrators. That I had to renounce my bed and sleep in the corridor. There's a couch in the corridor. I was there with my computer. I was doing things on my computer, typing, doing what I have to do. And I was there till midnight. And when it was midnight, I just went into my room. I took a cover and my pillow, and I slept there. The 2 nights I spent there, that was how I slept. Because I saw infiltrators. So I don't know, maybe they want to, when I'm sleeping, they can do anything to me. They can drug me and sexually molest me. They can drug me and, inject me with something. They can inject me with something and kidnap me, So these people are they're extremely dangerous people. We are not talking about human beings. So those of you into the gang stalking program that still take it lightly, you are playing with your life. These are people that have no conscience. These are they are psychopaths. They are perverted human beings. They are sick. They are mentally sick. They're really sick people. They look like normal human beings, but they are not. So anyway, I told the military police that, okay, when he told me, okay, there's this robbery case against you, this and that, I said, well, robbery case, I mean, already I laughed out of disgust. The laughter out of disgust is because I knew it was a lie, because I mean, I know how I live my life. I don't even speak, there are certain people that even for my country that believe, oh, she's too proud, she doesn't want to talk to anybody. It's not like that, because I just see people, you are not on my level in the sense that intelligent, you see, you have the melanin race that have a slave mentality. And when I see people with slave mentality, it is difficult to break through. Break through in the sense that they have created a mentality that they are meant to live slave-like. They are meant to survive slave-like. They are not aspiring to be better. They are not trying to improve on themselves. They are not trying anything. They just like have that slave mentality and they are okay. They wake up in the morning, they feel okay. If they don't, even if you give them 500 as salary, they're okay, because they know later they can go and, to the SOS, they can go to the Caritas to help them out for food, for clothing, for, it's just like food stamps. They have food stamps that can support their salaries. So they're okay with that. But I don't even want anybody to give me food stamps. I don't want to go to Caritas. I don't want to depend on anybody. I believe I'm too intelligent to live a life to depend on other people. And that's why what provokes my spirit. I'm a 47-year-old woman. I'm active. This is my youthful years that I'm supposed to work. And if you deny me of that, I'm really hungered within my spirit. So when he told me this, I laughed with disgust that, really, they will try this with me also. Okay, no problem. I said, well, to start with, I feel disgustingly amused by this accusation. How was I connected to a robbery case? Because they've done everything humanly possible to humiliate me, to stigmatize my reputation, to make terrible things they've done. But robbery, later you're going to call me an assassin. Later you're going to call me a terrorist. I mean, they've already called me a terrorist. They've already called me all kind of names. Really, are we kidding here? Okay. How did you link me with? I mean, because I started asking him questions. How did you link me with such a thing? Okay. There's a number, your phone number. Can I have your phone number? I gave him the phone number. When did you get this number? I said, I've had this number over 13 years or something. I've had this number over 13 years. So what is the problem? So what he now told me is that, okay, it seems there's a wait, I should calm down. There's nothing. I was a little bit, I was exhausted because I went to report a case of Gangstalking program where I stay every day. They are watching me in a hotel room where I sleep, where sometimes I'm naked, where I go to have my bath. They have a camera to abuse my privacy, to look at my body. We're talking about sick, mentally sick human beings. These are sex predators. What kind of, let's assume police has an issue. Is there anywhere in the law that says you put a camera to watch a woman naked in a room, a place I lived for almost a year? So they were watching, they were not just violating my internet connection. They were not just violating and reading my emails, reading my data and all those things. They were also looking at me in my hotel. I mean, if you look at, I don't know what I titled it again, or how I found out, or whatever like that. One of my videos you will see, because I created file lists to arrange everything. So, I mean, playlist to arrange everything. So you can check all the playlists. I can't remember what I named it now. Where I was looking for the hidden camera with that you can actually find, even if you cannot see the light with the naked light. They have all kind of gadgets here. That cannot, but you can sensitize it, because, I mean, of course, I studied information technology, so some things I know also. Anyway, I was going through this. It's just like being sexually molested. And this is not just law enforcement agent. We're talking about people in the hotel has been given access to look at me. People in the hotel where I live in Via Roma, they gave access to look at me with that camera. So what do? These people, they have people, they come in the morning, they come to look at me in the morning. I hear them because my room is just above the reception. I hear completely. It's just as if I'm just there with them. When I woke up, I hear them, oh, she's still sleeping. Oh, she's waking up now. Now, what is she doing? Sometimes I intentionally do some things to make sure that I'm not imagining these things. I intentionally do something so they will comment about it. So I will take something, I will just be doing it, I'll cover it, just to make something silly to see. And they comment about, now what is she doing? Now what is she doing? And when I see the comment about that, I'll do another thing again, so it doesn't look like a coincidence. Then I take my phone, I started doing something, and the boss of the hotel said, now, what is she doing now? Then the other guy, the other guy that is from the south of Italy, his name is Mario, he's from the south of Italy. He was like, no, it's a telephone. I think she's trying to video something, or she's trying to do something with a telephone. So when I hear 1, 2, 3 things, it cannot be coincidence. So that's how I actually confirm that. And I also started going around watching, the places where they have placed hidden cameras in my room. Because it's an hotel. When I'm not there, they have keys. You see, Gangstalking program is a crime against humanity. It's a crime against the human race. Whoever is participating, law enforcement agent, government officials, whoever it is, they are committing a great crime against the human race. So, this is what I was going through. I was stressed out. I was even hospitalized because of this. I was so stressed out. I was angered. Then I asked the social assistant to help pay her for the hotel, which they were helping me with. So right now, I don't have enough finances to get my own place. So when I asked them for that kind of assistance, I now told them, look, this is what I'm going through. Can I change the hotel? If you don't have time I look for another hotel with the internet, I can change. And even if it costs less, I don't care. I just want to get out of there. They don't want to. If I get out of there, I'm on my own. So they want to force me to be there. And when I continue to make trouble, go to the police and do all kinds of things, at that point, they threw my things out. They threw my things out in front of the hotel. The pictures of my luggage is outside. They actually did this the 27th of November, 2017. Because now I'm a rebel, they have a right to be watching me naked in my room. They have a right to abuse my intimate privacy. They have a right to abuse me as a human being. They have a right to sexually molest me without my participation. Because anybody watching you, if you want to watch porno film, you go and watch pornography. In Nigeria, I've never heard, or in Africa, in Nigeria, I never heard anything like that. If the government will ever do anything like that in Nigeria, then it will be, maybe it's a criminal they're trying to track, maybe whatever they're trying to track. I am not a criminal. I don't have any criminal record. I am not under any investigation. Whatever they are doing, they are manipulating justice to criminalize me. I have never been involved in any crime before in my life. I'm not somebody that is criminally motivated or oriented or whatever. I don't. I have good and sound and healthy moral values. Even with what I'm going through, some women would have opted to, okay, let me just get a sugar daddy that will take care of my bills, take care of me, and I can continue to live like a princess the way I used to. No. If God gave me intelligence, He gave me intellect, He gave me educational power, He gave me economical power, He did it before, He can do it again. That's my belief. So I don't need to actually, compromise on my dignity. Dignity and values is not based on problems. In fact, problems actually shows your true value. Because if you say you really have values in life, you're somebody of dignity and honor. When you are okay, you cannot prove anything to anybody because you're okay, you are fortified, you have beautiful home, you have wealth, you have good job, everything is okay, everything is going, even your dog is healthy, everything is perfect. So how do you prove that you have values? But when things are bad, when people expect you to make wrong choices out of desperation or frustration, and you still maintain your integrity, that's what I call values. Good and healthy moral values. And that's what I have maintained. I'm not saying I've been perfect, but that's what I've maintained the whole of my years. This year, actually, I've been out of relationship for a very long time. I'm not dating anybody, apart from the fact that the Gangstalking make it difficult also. But I tried a relationship, and the relationship, it wasn't worth it anyway, So I have to renounce it and get rid of a cancer before it becomes very infectious and destroy my goodness. You understand? So there are people you be with to complement yourselves. There are people that they are just destructive. They are there to pull you down. They are angry, they are bitter, they are envious, they're jealous about you. And such people, I don't even waste time with them as friends. Not talk of having a relation with such people. So anyway, when the military police, going back to the situation again, so the military police, what he did was that he now made a phone call to Bergamo, and the Bergamo military police apologized immediately. Okay, Signora Abimbola, okay, no problem. It was an error, but this error has been there. Only God knows how long. This error has been on my record. Only God knows how long. So you have an error on my record, and as a law enforcement agent, any record you write against somebody, if either it's false or not, it will reflect on anything that person does. So when there is a control, the law enforcement agent that controls me don't know me as a person, if I'm a good person, if I'm a bad person, if I'm a killer, if I'm an assassin. He doesn't know. The only thing it depends is analysis of my reputation is based on the information that is given through the police record. Now, if they have damaged my police record and created all kind of criminality against my name, which is not true, then at that point, we have an issue. Because now the police record is filled with lies that controls every control I have. So when an officer comes to me and say, okay, good afternoon, can I have your document, please? And I give them my document, they look at my name and they make a phone call. The phone call is only to identify you. And how do they identify? He sees a beautiful woman. He sees a prim and proper person. He sees a person that looks to be a normal, fearless human being. Okay, I'm not going to base, as an officer, I cannot base my judgment on your appearance. Now let me see what you are all about. Now it makes a call, and the call says, okay, she was involved in a robbery. She was involved in killing somebody. She was a terrorist. She's a mafia. She's all those things. And the officer immediately dropped the phone and is on the alert. Even before, probably he's not supposed to handcuff you, or I've never been handcuffed before in my life, thank God. He's not supposed to do anything to you. But at that point, his mind is now, it's like a trigger. Is now mind controlled based on the false, the fake, the slanderous, the wicked, defamatory, evil, intentional harassment, persecution, attack against my person through my police record. Is now conditioned against me based on what the lies and the slander he has been given. So how can a military police, because the military police and the state police, they have different functions. The state police, okay, they are into immigration, they are into this, okay, they do everything the military police does, but the military police do a little bit more. They are more involved in things that are a little bit more intense, you understand, like mafia, terrorists and all these kind of things. But I think most of the time, they deal with all those things, and I think they've become part of this in dealing with all those things. I mean, part of it in the sense that they are behaviors. Because if you as a law enforcement agent, you know the consequences of writing a slanderous remark on somebody's record, you know the damage you can do to that person. You only write it and don't inform the person if you intentionally wrote it to create problem for that person. So you keep such a slanderous evil record on my record for years to control how the law enforcement agent maltreats me. Instead of respecting me, respecting that I'm a woman of dignity and honor, they are manipulated and mind control based on the slanderous evil lies intentionally written against me to control them. So what happens? You intentionally did it to intentionally create problems for me. So at this point, what happened is that I asked for the, he apologized to the, not to me, he apologized to the law enforcement agent. Oh, it was an error, we're sorry, okay, we'll get rid of it. I said, no, it's not going to happen like that. First of all, can I have the number that connected me? I make sure I went to do investigation. The number was totally not on my name. It was not registered on my name. It was, it was one of the Italian subscribers, but it was not registered in my name. How do you connect to a person that has a good record, that doesn't have a criminal past, that doesn't have anything to do with criminality, and you put that on the record? You are trying to create evil record for me. You're trying to criminalize me by creating an evil record that is not my truth. So I told them to take it off my record, to expunge it from my record, which means you are not just going to cancel it, okay? You are going to delete it completely, that it's not referred to in my history, that, okay, she was once accused of robbery, but she was cleared. That's how they're going to put it. So even that alone, for me, I have a problem with that. Because it means that, okay, she was accused of such a thing and she was cleared. Are you crazy? I was accused of your invention. I was not accused by anybody. You intentionally placed a slanderous remark on my police record to destroy my good name. So what happens here is that they now use this as a weapon to manipulate the law enforcement agents against me for years I never knew anything about. It was working like a cancer on my record that I never knew about. So when I knew about it, I was not going to have them to only cancel it for my record. I want them to expunge it from my record. I took a legal actions against them. I made a report, I took a legal action against the military police. Today I was in the court to follow up the thing I wrote. But I met with a lawyer that advised me that, okay, I understand what you're going through and I understand your anger, your agitation and everything. But don't go about it this way. Because to make a report against the military police is one thing. To clear your record is another thing. I said, okay. I didn't know that because I told them to expunge it from my record. They never answered me and I felt I need to report them. And who do you report the law enforcement agent to if not to go to court? The police is not going to, because the police fears the military police because they claim to be superior than the state police. So the state police has a little bit of, they're intimidated beside the military police. There is a kind of competition. The military police feel they are superior, the state police, they are intimidated by them. So who do I go to? I go to report to the state police what the military police have done. I tried once to go to the finance police, but the finance, they have their own problems and their own issue. They are dealing with financing, they are dealing with fraud, they're dealing with, all this kind of thing. So they have their own issue. So I just felt, look, let me just leave them alone. The only thing is to make a legal report, which I made. But the lawyer told me today is the 6th of December 2018. He told me today, this morning, I was in the court, that don't go about it this way. You know what? What I would just advise you to do is, just take the situation forget about the report you've made. Just drop it, let it go. But go to I would help you follow up, or if you want to go to another lawyer, if you want to come to me to follow up how to expunge it from your record. Okay. I said, okay, I'll take that way. That's all I want. I want it expunged from my record. I'm not a criminal. I've never committed theft, robbery, any bull crap they are writing against me. This is an intentional attack to create problems for me, to destroy my dignity and my good name and my good legal record. I have a good and almost perfect legal record. They are trying to verbally create problems for me, and they are not just going to only verbally slander me. They are taking it to the next level, which is to start writing lies against me in my police record, and I'm not going to accept that. For now, I will end here because there's still more to talk about. So there will be a part 2. I will tell you how the situation goes and how this situation will end. I will let you know. For now, I'm going to end here. Thank you for listening to me. And remember, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So therefore, as I always say, face your fears, elevate your mind, and resist every temptation to panic. Till the next time, I would like to say, take care of yourself and stay cool. Hello, I'm Lady Abimbola. I'm against narcissistic gang stalkers. Please help me with the campaign against the gang stalkers, the campaign and awareness against the gang stalking programming, an evil persecution and harassment against the human race. It has claimed many lives. Please help me. Below are information on how you can donate. Thank you. All your efforts will be highly appreciated. Thank you. Gangstalking is a criminal act, is a program of persecution, of harassment, of theft, and for destruction of the human free will. It is to destroy your free will. Man, actually, we are spirit. We live in this earthly body and we have a soul. The soul is what makes us human and what makes us different from animals. Gangstalking is a program that is meant to steal away that which makes us human and reduce us to a zombified population. Targeted individuals are people that have been zeroed in upon to punish, to show others how to be submissive to the gang stalkers. And how are they doing this? They are destroying they have destroyed the will of so many people. People are walking around as zombified individuals now. They are not even able to use their brain. But targeted individuals are people who can sustain themselves and can think outside of the box. These are people of faith and high principles. They zero in on them to destroy that which is still making human beings human, so that people can generally think that sex is a normal thing, that immorality is a normal thing, and all kind of the destruction of the human race, divorce is a normal thing, and child abuse is a normal thing, pornography is and all kinds of things that is a normal thing. They're trying to destroy that which is normal and make the abnormal normal. That's what gang stalking is all about. They're destroying the human will in order for you to subject and submit yourself to the abuse, to be under the control and the will of the Antichrist spirit, which is actually the spirit behind the gang stalkers. Please join me in my campaign against gang stalkers by donating if you wish. You have information below this video, information on how to donate. You can go to PayPal, you can go to my account, you can even send any kind of money transfer or whatever in my name. I am Abimbola. I will see you in my next video. Please remember, the greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressors, who are the gang stalkers, is the mind of the oppressed, the targeted individual. So therefore, I always say, face your fears and elevate your mind and resist the temptation to panic. Please help stop gang stalking. It is a criminal act against the human race. I have been a targeted individual for the past 15 years. I've lost properties, I've changed houses, they've almost made me destitute out of this persecution. Please join this campaign about gang stalking. Thank you very much, and I see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.